Okay, so as I started already, I'm going to introduce myself, okay? And as I said before, if you have any question during the webinar or you want me to explain something or go into detail into something, please feel free to ask any question you wish in the chat, and I will help you with that, okay? So thank you very much for attending this webinar today. My name is Jose Mortillo. I'm from Spain, and I am working for KNX International as membership and business developer. I'm here in the US, based in the US, in Miami. So our job here is to let everyone know what is KNX, what KNX can do for you, how to get the most of the KNX system, how to make projects with KNX, and so on. Okay, I'm also working at Wolf. I'm the CEO and founder of Wolf Company here in the States. And I'm also a CEO or a founder of Domonetio. Many people may know Domonetio from Europe, and we also have companies and offices in Latin America. Okay, so I guess during this webinar, many people will keep joining. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna start today with this presentation about lighting control with KNX and DALI. So I guess many people know about KNX, especially in the US. Okay, we've been working hard to let everyone know what is KNX, how you can get the most of the KNX, but maybe you don't know how to program, you don't know what is KNX for, what KNX can do for you, or how to get the most of the system. Okay, so this is the webinar about. This is what is the webinar about, and I'm going to explain also DALI, a little bit of DALI as well, and how to combine with KNX. Okay, cool. So let's go into the presentation. Okay, so this is going to be the agenda for today. I'm going to talk about KNX, the basics of lighting control. I'm going to speak about DALI as well. DALI stands for Digital Addressable Lighting Interface. And I will speak also about the integration of DALI with ETS. Okay, and I will show you just a little bit of the commissioning tool of the ETS. Okay, how to combine both systems in KNX from the KNX point of view. Okay, and I will show you also some case studies, some examples where you can use DALI together with KNX. We have some time for questions and answers, so anything you'd like to know about KNX, about the system, about the protocol, this is the time. Okay, and I will end up the presentation with a conclusion. So let's go. So again, if anytime you have any question, you can ask in the chat, and I will try to answer. Okay. Dave is saying if the session will be recorded. Yes, it will be recorded. Okay, so I can share it with you afterwards. Cool. So let's go. What is KNX? So as I said before, I guess many people already know KNX, but let me show you a little bit about what is KNX. So KNX is a worldwide standard. It's a network standard. It's an open protocol for home and building control. We can use KNX in commercial and residential projects. Okay, this KNX is not, first of all, is not valid only for Europe. This is something that many people think about, but it's not just for Europe. In the US, we have solutions for KNX. We have devices, we have manufacturers that they are working with KNX. They are producing and manufacturing KNX devices. And we also have projects, examples of projects, residential and commercial projects. Okay. KNX is more than 30 years in the market already. So it has a vast experience in lighting control, not just lighting control, but also HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, alarm, security, and so on. Okay. It's manufacturer independent. This is very important. And I like this because it's not tied to any brand. Okay. It's brand agnostic. This is very nice, because you do not depend on the manufacturer for everything, for technical support, for service, for spare parts, for anything. Okay, so if today you go to a brand A, keypad brand A, KNX, and you want to change it, brand A is not in the market anymore, or they don't have spare parts, you can go to brand B. So that's the cool thing of KNX. Okay, you have the wire that you can see in the picture is a 2 wires, power and data, and it's 2 ways, okay? So you can, I mean, it's bidirectional. In the picture, you can see a 4 wires wire. The other 2 is for external power supply, but it's not necessary, okay? It's spare wires. You don't use it. You only use 2 wires, okay? And the size is 20, AWG20. Okay, so the bus power is 29 volts, okay? It's the power that is running in the system. And we use the 1 pair, as I said before, the 2 wires for data and power. This is very important because we don't need to wire more wires for data or more wires for power, since only 1 pair it's available and it's possible to it's ready to have both data and power. Okay, so on the right side you can see a KNX topology. Okay, if you already made the basic course, the KNX basic course, you are familiar with this, but if not, let me show you just a little bit. So what you can see here in the circle, it's the minimum topology. Okay, so take out the line coupler because we only need the line coupler, the 1101, if we want to couple with another the other part of the installation. Okay, so we have a power supply with a choke. Okay, the choke is to isolate data and power, and we have the KNX devices. We have sensors like keypads, occupancy sensors, touch panels, whatever, weather stations, whatever. And we have actuators. The actuators are for controlling the loads, the lighting, the ventilation, the heating, and so on. Okay. So Misha is asking if the cable is UL. Yes, of course, it's UL. Must be UL according. If you are in the States, okay, it must be UL because everything inside the wall must be UL mainly. Okay, according to the National Electrical Code. So yes, we do have UL listed cable. Correct. Shielding is required. For KNX, yes, it is. For KNX, yes. Yes, it's required. Okay, so this is the minimum installation of KNX. Okay, as I said, we have a keypad, we have an actuator, and we have the power supply. Okay, if we want to extend this, with this we have 1 line. I will not go so much into this because this is so technical. Okay, but just for you to know that we can increase the topology of the KNX, and this is the way to do it. Okay, we install the line coupler, the blue one you can see 110, and we can couple with another line as well, so both lines can work together. So 1 line can be building A, and the other line can be building B, C, D, and so on. Okay, so again, I will not go into this. This is not the goal for the webinar, but just for you to have an idea. Okay. Okay. Misha is asking, do you have certificate you can send? Yes, I do. So if you want, you can send me an email afterwards and I will send it to you. Okay. Cool. So this is the KNX system. This is the functionality of the KNX system. So as you can see, we have actuators, we have sensor, we have blind controller, we have heating control, AC, alarm system, smart metering, and so on. So with this picture, I want to show you that KNX is not only for lighting control, as many people think in the US, but also for all this stuff you can see. So we have blinds actuator, shutter actuator, we have heating control, air conditioning, gateways, or actuators, depending on the system. We have dimmers to directly control the loads. Okay, we don't need to go through DALI or through external system. We can directly control the loads. Okay, we can dim them up or down, or switch load with relays on off, right? And of course, we also have visualization systems, KNX native visualization systems. Okay, not with third-party KNX ready. And if we want more, we can also couple with another interfaces or IP routers, IP routers, backnet gateways, DALI gateways, and so on, to go through another system or to increase the functionality of the system. Okay. So let's go for DALI. What is DALI? Okay. So many people also learned and heard about DALI. Okay, DALI is one of the most well-known protocols for lighting control. Is digital. It's very powerful. It's very, very powerful in the market. We can control up to 64 ECGs or lighting fixtures. I don't want to say lighting fixtures because an ECG can control more than one lighting fixture, but we can control 64 independent drivers, DALI drivers, independently, okay, per DALI line. This is very powerful. This is very powerful. So I totally recommend DALI for lighting control. So let's have a look at what is DALI. Okay. Meanwhile, people is asking in the chat. Okay. Oh, me. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Misha. Okay. Michael is asking about the UL certificate and so on. And Mark, do you have occupancy-based load control, the ability to turn off motors and equipment based on the occupancy of the areas? The occupancy is measured through the lights. Absolutely. Yes, we do. You'd be very surprised what we have in the market, actually. And if you don't see anything in the market in KNX, no problem, because you can integrate into KNX with a Modbus gateway, backnet gateway, or just a binary input module. Okay, so no need to be KNX, pure KNX or native KNX, the device you're looking for, but you can integrate it into KNX, and then as long as it's in KNX, everything can work. Okay. So what is DALI? Let's go back to DALI. DALI is a worldwide standard for lighting control. Lighting control, okay? KNX was not just for lighting control, but also for shutter control, again, alarm control, security, everything. DALI is specific for lighting control. It ensures interoperability through testing, certification, and registration with trademark, same as KNX, okay? But again, DALI is only for lighting control, and it's designed and developed for both residential and commercial buildings. It's already 30 years in the market, so it has a vast experience. It's very well known in the market, okay? And it's also manufacturer independent. This is very powerful. So as KNX is not, DALI is not tied to any manufacturer, any brand, okay? So you can work with any brand you have in the market. You can work with any brand you like as long as it's DALI certified, right? The voltage that you're using is 16 volts, and it's using also 2 wires, power and data, in 2 ways, okay, with feedback. We can have up to 64 ECGs per DALI line, and we can have as many DALI lines as we wish, okay? So that's not a problem. So in this case, we have, this is the topology. Okay, again, I will not go too much into detail, just to have an overview. This is the topology of DALI installation. We have input devices like occupancy sensors or keypads. We have control gears to control the lights, okay, the ECG, electronic control gear. And we also have input devices as well, and we can have, yes, keypads, I already said that, or touch screens, can be DALI as well, and application controller, that it's managing all the information, and it's okay, you want to talk to this, so I link them both, okay? So we have application controllers, input devices, and control gears. So Antoine is asking a question. KNX is also adapted on lighting control in case on simple commutation and phase cut dimming. Correct, that's what I said. You don't need to go through external protocols like DALI. You can control loads directly from KNX. You don't need to go to DALI, okay? This webinar is about what happens if we want to integrate DALI, but you don't need to go to DALI. You have enough products in the market to control a lighting system, full lighting system, 0 to 10, resistive loads, relays on off, many of them. So Misha, now, have you had problems with DALI not being interoperable across manufacturers? And understand DALI 2 was conceived for independent certification by the Alliance. No, according to my experience, okay, I'm talking about my experience. I've never had any incompatibility between devices or DALI 1, DALI 2. No, I've never had this issue before. Okay. Cool. Let's continue. So DALI needs a power supply. Okay, DALI needs a power supply, 16 volts, remember? And we have control devices, as I said, the bus and the control gear, electronic control gears to control the lighting fixtures. Okay, by the way, we have many kinds of control gears. We have also 0 to 10 control gears. We have resistive control gears, DALI. We have relay, just a switch on off control gear, DALI. Okay, so that opens up a lot the possibilities to control lights, right? Because we just need to place the appropriate control gear in the light. We daisy chain all the lights because DALI is daisy chain. And we have a full control of the light. I mean, with DALI, the possibilities are endless, okay? So let's see how we make the integration of KNX with DALI. So let's take a look. First of all, I want to say that DALI is not competing with KNX. This is not, okay, you need to choose, you go for DALI or you go for KNX. No, it's not like that. DALI, it's on top of KNX. Okay? Why I say this? So take a look. This is the idea. Okay? We start from top to bottom. We have the KNX bus. We have the KNX installation. We have the topology. This is the topology, the typical KNX project, okay? We have the KNX wire, 2 wires, and we have the power supply. Remember, I said that before. We have KNX keypads. We can have KNX actuators, occupancy, KNX occupancy sensor. We can have a full KNX network, a full KNX project, okay? So I think my camera has stopped working. I don't know. I guess so. Okay, I guess you hear me well, right? Okay, so we have a full installation, okay, of KNX. By the way, do you hear me well? I'm just checking if you hear me well. Yes, if you can write in the chat if everything is fine, I'd appreciate it. Sounds okay. Sounds good. Okay, great. And the slide you can see full screen now, right? Okay, great. So as I was saying, we can have a full KNX installation, right? Full KNX installation with starts with a power supply. With power supply, it goes with keypad, sensors, actuators, many things. You can have anything you wish. Okay, and then we have a KNX DALI 2 gateway. This is the idea of how to implement KNX with DALI. So we have a KNX DALI 2 gateway. Okay, this gateway is providing power to the DALI bus and also the data. Okay, so this is working as the controller we were talking about in DALI. Okay, so with this gateway, KNX DALI gateway, we can control up to 64 DALI devices per line. Okay, and then from that gateway to the bottom, everything is DALI. This is not KNX anymore. This is DALI. Okay, so we can have as many DALI devices as we wish, up to 64, and many kind of devices. We can have, take a look, relay contact, for example, as I said before. It's a relay. It's just a relay, but it's DALI enabled. Okay, this is very powerful. We can have a 0 to 10 or 1 to 10 PWM also for LED strips, or we also have a RLC dimmer with a relay and a 4-channel dimmer for spots or RGB strips, LED, whatever we wish. We have many possibilities in the market. Okay, so all this is DALI. So as you can see, we can also have a DALI keypad, okay? Or we can have a DALI binary input module. We have DALI binary input modules in the market. Or we can have DALI occupancy sensors as well. Yeah, but we do have in KNX. Yes, I know, but we have the same in DALI. It's the same, it's digital, it's the same functionality. We also have occupancy sensors with presence, with humidity, with temperature, air pressure, air quality, and the the best of the best, the constant lighting control. I don't know if you heard about this, but constant lighting control is the top of the lighting control, because you can assure you have, let's say, 500 luxes on top of the table of the students at the university, and you combine external lighting control, natural light with artificial light. So your job is to guarantee that you have 500 luxes or lumens on the student's table. And you can do that with KNX and DALI. Okay, this is very powerful. So yeah, that's the idea. And you can have as many DALI gateways as you wish. You also have in the market DALI gateways with 2 DALI lines. So you can have up to 128 DALI devices per line into KNX. And of course, the idea of this, that you press a button in the KNX keypad and you can control a light in the DALI side. Okay, so you see the power of KNX with DALI. So why we want to implement DALI with KNX if DALI is enough? Good question. Because in KNX we have a lot of more devices than we have. The range of products that we have in KNX is higher and bigger in KNX than DALI. Okay, first of all. Second, the idea again is to use the KNX as backbone. Why? Because BMS or central systems are easier to connect to KNX than to connect to DALI. Okay, in KNX we have IP gateway, so we can provide an IP gateway to a BMS or central system to connect to the KNX system. Okay, in DALI is not that feasible. It's not that, how can I say? It's not that possible. Okay, it's possible. Of course, it's possible. Okay, and you can connect DALI to the DALI bus, but the functionality that you get by using KNX together with DALI, it's more than just having DALI in your building. Okay. So let's see some questions. Can you send a list of UL DALI driver or light fittings to the group? At the end of the webinar, please send me an email and I will do that. Okay. Yes, we do have, and I will send you a link with some of the DALI UL listed ECGs or devices. Okay. Which brand are those DALI devices you are showing? These are Lunatone. They are available in the US market. They are from Germany. They are available here in the US, and they are amazing. Lunatone. Let me write it here so everyone knows. Lunatone. That's a brand. Okay, we have another question. For a DALI ecosystem, is there any programming software like ETS? Yes, it is. Actually, Lunatone, in the Lunatone website, you can see a tool to program and to assign DALI ID, because you can guess, right, that in DALI, every ECG, every device has an ID. Okay, so the first thing you need to do during the commissioning job is to assign a DALI ID to every single ECG. So you don't need to do it with the ETS, and you don't need to do it through the gateway, okay, the KNX DALI gateway, but you can do it with another tools. By the way, I'd like to say that we don't have in DALI, we don't have a standard tool to do this like we have in ETS, in KNX, which is the ETS software. We don't have in DALI, okay? So you can use some manufacturer tools to do this, or non-manufacturer or whatever tool. Okay, but yes, we do have tools in the market. In the Lunatone website, you can check that. Michael, these devices from yes, Austrian market manufacturer. Okay, it's from Europe. I love DALI. Had 5,000 DALI driver in one of my last projects. So easy. Yes. Some device gateway are operable through ETS. Yes, correct. That's correct, Antoine. I have to say, Michael has 5,000 DALI driver in installation. So when makes sense to have DALI, yes or yes, instead of just KNX for lighting control? So I would say, as long as you have more than how much, 25 loads, maybe less. Many people say no, just 5, I go for DALI, or just 10. Yeah, right. If you have a lot of lighting fixtures, like universities, like commercial departments, like hotels, like convention centers, airports, it's very convenient to go for DALI. DALI, it's not only to control the lighting fixture, but also to get feedback. This is very, very important in terms of the maintenance. We can have the information of how many hours the light has been working or on, and how many hours some group lights are on, or if there is a problem in the ECG, or there is a problem in the load. So we have all this information. I mean, it's not just to control like 0 to 10 volts controllers, but also I get feedback from the ECG. This is very important. Okay, so if I lose communication with the ECG, that means that the DALI is not working, or that ECG is not working. If I get an error from the ECG, just need to read the manual and see what the error is. Maybe it's overload, it's line out, or whatever. But yes, I do have feedback. This is the powerful thing. Okay. So let's continue here. Integration of KNX with DALI in ETS. So take a look at this. This is the KNX, okay? And in this example, not just this one, this is just with DALI, but in this example, you can see also KNX again working as backbone together with BACnet and DALI. And I can have many other devices, KNX devices, and I can have many other protocols in this topology in my project. Yes, I can. And I can have BMS, SCADA that are KNX TP, twisted pair, or IP native. And I don't need the BACnet license for those. So the cost is going to be cheaper. I don't know if you know this, but BACnet is expensive in terms of the licensing. Okay. So I mean, just for your information, a BACnet gateway to control air conditioning is more expensive than a KNX gateway to control an air conditioning. Okay, why? Because of the licensing, the way BACnet is done. Okay, and built. That's I mean, this is it. So we can using KNX as the backbone, we can communicate with as many protocols we need, as many systems we need. BACnet is amazing. It's wonderful for HVAC, those big air conditioning machines in hotels. That's perfect. I mean, the way to control them is BACnet. I don't want to take BACnet out. Absolutely no. I don't want to take out DALI. I want to make the most of the system. So KNX as a backbone together with BACnet for HVAC, for example, or together with DALI for lighting control is the best of the best. Okay, that's the way to get the most of your project, right? So let's have a look at the integration. Let's have a look at the ETS. Okay, so let me see if it works. Okay. But first of all, let me show you this. So I guess you can see the picture here. Okay, this is a KNX training kit that we are using for training. Okay, this is one of them. We have, I mean, it's KNX Training Center can use one KNX training kit. This is one of the one we're using. Okay, so this is the KNX DALI gateway. Okay, in this case, this is MDT brand, but forget about that. That's not the purpose of the training. Okay, this is a KNX DALI gateway. This is MDT, but it can be Siemens, it can be ABB, it can be Schneider Electric, whatever you want for your project, whatever you need for your project. Okay, for example, if you are in the US, you need to go for Siemens. Siemens is the only manufacturer today so far that has KNX dual listed devices in the market, line devices, KNX line devices. Okay, so on top of this we have the line, okay, line neutral in the earth, and down here we connect the DALI bus. Okay, so the DALI bus goes all the way to all the DALI drivers. So, and in this case, let me show you here. In this case, we have an ECG, okay, this one. Let me show you. Okay, this one here. This is an ECG. In this case, this is to control RGB, an LED strip. Okay, LED. This is the LED strip here, right? So we control the red, green, blue, and the warm white color. Okay, warm white in this case, but we can control everything we wish. Okay, as you could see, we have many DALI ECGs in the market, so we can control many things, right? Right. So we have here, for example, this is a KNX keypad. This is a KNX keypad. This is a binary input to integrate non-KNX keypads. These are European style. Forget about that. Okay, forget about that. I mean, we can use US style, Chinese style, whatever we wish. At the end of the day, it's gonna be a relay open close. Okay, open close. So we integrate through this binary input and we convert this into KNX. We have in the market exactly like this, but DALI, dual listed, DALI. So we integrate any keypad we have in the market and we can differentiate between short, long, this is long press, short press, and we can integrate this into DALI and therefore into KNX or directly into KNX as we wish. Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is an occupancy sensor. Okay, we have a touchscreen here, but anyway, I just want to show you that this is the DALI, the gateway. This is KNX. Okay, in here we can see the maybe you cannot see from that angle, but we have here the KNX cube. This is this red one here, like this one. Okay, this is the KNX interface, KNX connector connected to the DALI KNX gateway, and on the other side we have the DALI line. Okay, again, one DALI line up to 64 DALI ECGs. Cool. So let's have a look at the ETS. Let's have a look at the ETS. Okay, I guess all of you can see ETS here. Okay, again, this is not a KNX training on ETS, and I'm not pretending to do so. Okay, so I just want to show you very quick the power of how powerful is KNX and DALI. Okay, okay, so this is my topology, line 1, line 0. Again, I will not go into this topology, but I have here, this is a DALI control 64 gateway. This is the MDT one I was showing you before, right? So in this case, if I go here, okay, what I need to do is to scan. What I do is I scan the DALI site. Okay, so I scan. I press on new installation, and I can scan all the ECGs that I have connected to the DALI site. Okay, to the DALI line. Once I recognize all of them, you can see them all here, up to 64. Okay. I have one here. It has detected this one, okay? And I just need to assign to a group. I already did that. So I have already assigned this to group 1. In DALI, we can have groups to group several ECGs. So for example, we have a, let's say, university, okay? And we have classrooms, we have aisles, and we have professors' rooms. Fine. So we have a lot of ECGs there, but we want to group them. We don't want to control all of them independently in DALI. So we want to group them in the DALI side. Again, I am in the DALI side. Okay, I'm not in the KNX side. I'm in the DALI side now. I want to group them in DALI, and then I can import into KNX. So when I send bit 1 to the group 1, I will be controlling all the ECGs inside the group 1. Okay, I don't need to do all the individual assignments in KNX, but I can do that in DALI. Okay, which is more convenient. Okay, so yeah, this is the way. As I said before, we have gateways with 2 channels in the market. In the US, you can find Siemens that has 1 and 2 channels. DALI 2. That means that we can integrate keypad or sensors or occupancy sensors or whatever we want in DALI, from DALI, okay? If you take a look at the parameters of the KNX side, now I'm the KNX side, okay? If you take a look at the parameters here, you can see how powerful is this. So I have the control of the groups and I have the control of the ECGs. So at this point, I want to show you, as you can see here, I have 64 ECGs. So that means, my friends, that we have a super actuator of 64 outputs, dimming actuator. That's very powerful. If I want to do exactly the same to control 64 loads, lights, or whatever, in a dimming way, I mean, not on off, but dimming, with pure KNX, it's going to be very expensive. Why? Because do you know how many modules of 4 channels, dimming modules, 4 channels do I need to implement that? 16. I mean, it's crazy, okay? In this situation, with only one gateway, I can control all of them. Okay, Jose, but then you need to consider that you need to change the ECG or you need to install an ECG per lighting fixture. Correct. But even in that situation, it's going to be cheaper, okay, in terms of cost. And also for maintenance and also for installation. For installation, you don't need to wire any independent light to the panel board, to the control panel. You don't need to do that, to the actuator. You don't need to do that. You just need to do and to wire the DALI light, the DALI wire, to install the DALI wire, the AC chain. You start from the actuator, sorry, from the gateway, go to the first ECG, then the second, the third, to the last one. No need end resistor, okay? This is the way to do it. So we have a 64 channel dimming actuator here, my friends. That's very, very powerful, okay? And if we want, we can have the groups, as I said before, so you can group some ECGs. So for each ECG, okay, I can define the group. I can define the type, which it can be fluorescent, self-contained battery lamp. This is not a webinar for emergency lighting, but I want to say that DALI 2 comply with the emergency lighting requirements in the US. Okay, so we have in the market, we have emergency systems, you know, that we need to control them, and we can control them with DALI. Okay, with DALI, we can do tests through DALI. We can do everything with DALI. Okay, so yes, it's possible. We have low voltage halogen, incandescent, 0 to 10 converters, well, many things. I can see some question here. Do all those DALI devices count against the KNX device limiting ETS license for home one product version, or does only the gateway count as one device? Yes, only the gateway counts as one device. So if you see in the topology in the left side, in this project, let me open this. In this small project, I have one. This is the power supply, by the way. I add it to the project, but I don't need to add it because it's not smart. I mean, it just provides power. Okay, so I can delete it. I have this. I have the line coupler. This is the KNX Smart Touch push button. Again, another power supply. No need to put it. And then I have the DALI gateway. Yes, counts on one. And this is another DALI gateway. Okay, so only one KNX device to control 64 lighting fixtures, and it counts as one for the license. Welcome to the party. Very nice. Okay, so take a look. I can also operation hour calculation. Yes, I can set the limit. So if this lighting fixture limit value is 4,000, so I set 4,000. Type of failure, 1 bit or 1 byte. As you can guess, 1 byte will be more powerful than 1 bit, and I can get more information with 1 byte. If you go to the manual, you can read, okay, 0010 means this, or 23 means this, okay? You can get all the errors. Very nice. Antoine is asking, you can also remove line coupler on simple line. Yes, that's correct, but in the training kit, in my training kit, we have 2 lines. So this is one line, and this is another line, okay? KNX line. So that's why we have two power supplies and one line culprit in the middle. The line 0, it's going to be the left side of the panel, and line 1 is going to be the right side of the panel. So, okay, and with the line coupler, we couple two lines, the upper one and the one in the bottom side. Okay, that's why we need that. Okay, so again, ECG, okay, I can have all this here. Cool. If I go to the groups, I also have a lot of functionality. Operating mode, normal, permanent, night mode, staircase mode. You have a lot of possibilities. Additional object for release or disable. You can disable the ECG, the group, if the weather is, if the brightness is more than whatever value. Value on DALI power fail. If the DALI bus fails, no power, no communication, what do? I recommend switch on 100%, okay? But you can choose what you wish. Value on ECG power recovery, last value. Calculation of dimming values. You have several ways to calculate the dimming values or the way to dim up or dim down. I guess you know what I'm talking about, okay? Behavior, well, you can see, I like to highlight changes. Switch on value. So when switch on, go to 80%. Set value immediately, no, take 3 seconds. So soft dim on. Switch off, go to 0, and again 3 seconds to soft off. Immediately, so no, take 3 seconds, make it beautiful, make it nice. Time for dimming 10 seconds from 0 to 100. Well, you can see I have many things here. Also, for the group, I also have failure status, 1 byte or 1 bit, and I also have the operating hour limit and so on. And color control. Since this is an ECG for color control, or I have, this group is controlling ECGs, RGBW ECGs. I set this group as RGBW color, okay? But color temperature, RGB only, not with white. We have many of them. This is how you want to control the RGB from the KNX side. Again, this screen, this tab is for KNX. Do you want to have separate objects, RGBW, or you want 6 byte all combined? So, okay, fine, all combined. When switch on, go to red, blue, green, whatever you wish. You can choose here. Behavior when switch on, keep last object or go to whatever value. Fading, blah, blah, blah. You have many things here. And group objects. I will show you this. We have some questions. Would this be for using emergency lighting? Absolutely wrong. Absolutely. That's the power of DALI for emergency lighting. Absolutely. Keep the signal off at 100%, for example. Keep the signal off. You mean something here, right? Okay. Well, you can play with it with this. I will not go into that now. Okay, what is the maximum fade time? But I think it was 60 seconds, something like this, right? It depends on this is not a standard. Depends on the manufacturer. Okay, so the parameters you can see here are manufacturer related. So in this case, MDT decided to do and to offer all this functionality, okay? But we can have another functionality, as I will show you in a few minutes. Okay, we don't have so much time. Let's go to the group objects here, and let me show you something. This is KNX, okay? So this is all I can see, control, read in KNX, from KNX. Take a look. General failure rate, I can get the value rate, 100%, 80%, blah, 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 whatever. Lamp failure exceeds threshold. Lamp failure, ECG failure, incredible. Activate night mode, scenarios, general failure in the gateway or general alarm. Okay, so perfect. Switch on RGB, status, failure status, failure status in the converter fault statistics, crazy. Operating hours, reset and value. You can also reset remotely, alarm, many things. If we go to the ECG, not the group, but the ECG1, I can also see failure, operating hours, lifetime exceeded, and so on. So with this, as you can see with DALI, this is not 0 to 10 anymore. This is DALI, this is digital, this is smart. I can save in maintenance. Can you guess that? How much? Crazy. I don't need one guy hanging around the building, taking a look at the lights. No, I want to have one guy with an alarm report. When something happens, go to that light number 31 in that building and take a look at what is happening. The system will tell you what is happening. It's the load, it's the ECG, it's the DALI line, or what it is. You don't need to do any troubleshooting. The system is doing that for you, okay? DALI can do 16 minutes, which quite a building and occupancy control. Does KNX do the same? Yes, Misha. Yes, KNX can do the same. Okay, so let me quickly show you another gateway. Okay, this one is Siemens. Okay, this one here is from Siemens. It's available in the US market. It's well listed. It's fantastic. So you see, this is different. I need to open product-specific parameter dialog. This is different. Again, this is a manufacturer decision. I will not go too much into this, but I want you to realize how powerful is this. Delay after restart. Maybe you want the DALI system start after 3 minutes because you want to make sure the BMS has already wake up, for example, okay? And it's already up and working before the KNX DALI gateway start sending values. Maybe. Would you have the ECG control, ECG1, central battery supply? I guess I said this is a emergency light. Okay. Anyway, you have sensors. You can have a push button with 4 inputs, for example. From you have available from Siemens as well, dual listed. You can. Okay, so I want one button, or I want a scene from this input. I want to send a scenario or whatever. Okay, standby, scenes, effects. I can do effects. I can do waves, whatever I want. Okay, schedules. Many things. I mean, I will not go into this because this is crazy, okay? But I just want you to realize how powerful is this. Michael is asking, the best DALI setup tool is ABB with their AI tool, by the way, from just a few years ago, okay? It's not in the market from a long time. You can set up all in ETS and don't need ETS later for commissioning the DALI. That is correct. Again, Michael, you say you say you don't want to go back to DALI, but maybe another people would say no. I want everything to be. You don't need to go back to ETS. Sorry, you can commission and you can continue commissioning with another tool. But maybe another person can say, okay, no, I want everything in ETS because I know everything is in there. 2 points of view. Two points of view. Misha, do you know of other manufacturers entering the pipeline to enter the US market other than Siemens that are getting the chip? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's my answer. Full stop. Yes, I do. Okay, so if okay for you, we are going to continue with the presentation. Okay. Yes, Michael, to address the DALI. Yes. I know what you mean. Yeah, ABB has a tool for this, and it's very powerful. I agree with you. Okay, I agree. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. Just a few minutes left. Let's see some case studies quickly. Okay, again, I will send you this, so you don't need to take notes or something. Okay, so for example, we have a Future Tech University. I will not say the names, and we have a university with 20 buildings. Our goals are to reduce energy consumption by 30% for the next 5 years and improve the lighting quality for students and staff. Product overview, integration of KNX and DALI. The university decides to retrofit its existing lighting system with an open standard solution, digitally controlled, which is the case of KNX with DALI. Okay, so implementation. Okay, we need to wire the lighting fixtures, okay, and design a tailored KNX and DALI system to meet the specific needs on different areas. We need to replace the conventional, remember, this is a retrofit, okay? So we need to replace the conventional luminaires with DALI compatible LED fixtures or drivers, okay? DALI compatible LED ECGs. We don't need to replace the lighting fixtures if we don't want to. Let me tell you something. If you plan to build a new building or you are going to change the lighting fixture and you are planning to implement DALI, ask your provider, ask your supplier to supply the lighting fixtures with the ECG DALI instead of 0 to 10, instead of whatever regular dimming ECG. Okay, so if the lighting fixtures is $100, you don't need to pay on top of that the ECG, do the replacement, and so on. You directly ask for the lighting fixture to be DALI compatible. So you will be saving time and money. This is the best way to do it, okay? So then you install the KNX controllers and DALI gateways to enable communication with the BMS, if you have a BMS, and you integrate sensors like motion, occupancy, and so on. Programming and the customization, you do all these on site, and the user interface and control, you develop a user-friendly interface for staff to adjust lighting as needed. Maybe just a keypad, maybe just a regular switch, whatever you wish. So resource energy efficiency, we reduce the energy consumption because as long as the classroom is not occupied, we can switch off the light. So can you imagine if we can do that during the all day, all week, we can save a lot of money. Flexibility, needless to say, okay? No need to say anything. I mean, today this classroom is like this, but tomorrow we have another need. We just change the parameters. That's all. Maintenance and monitoring, real-time monitoring allows for prompt maintenance and troubleshooting. Okay, running hours. I know how long this light has been on. Okay. So the integration of KNX and DALI at Fusa Tech University demonstrates how advanced lighting control systems can significantly contribute to energy efficiency, operational flexibility, and improved environmental conditions in academic settings. Okay. Another project. In this case, this is a residence, a villa. Okay, a new villa, quite big. Okay, and everything is DALI for lighting control, including just a single relay to switch on a single light. Okay, KNX is used as a backbone. If we want to control lighting fixtures, we go through DALI. If we want to control the air conditioning, we go through BACnet. And if we want to control the shading, we go directly with KNX because we have shading actuators in KNX. Okay, so we choose the DALI compatible dimmable LED fixtures for each space. If not, if we don't have available, no problem, because we like some specific design, we go for that and we make them DALI compatible, okay, with an ECG. Full dimming capabilities, energy efficiency, scenarios, very important scenarios. In villas, in residential, commercial, we can have 120 lights. That's perfect. Perfect, great. In a university, in a hotel, convention center, do not link one button with a group of lights. Don't do that. Instead of that, work with scenarios. This is something that we learned in the KNX training. So you need to work with the scenarios. Yes or yes. There is no other option. Do not make groups. Do not make anything. Work with scenarios. So a scene all on. So, okay, all on. Scene night mode. Okay, so 10% for these lights, 5% for another light. Okay, scene all off. All the lights off except the one in the main entrance that have a delay of 10 seconds, 1 minute, whatever I wish. Play in this way. Do not use KNX and DALI just to switch on and off lights. Please. It's very expensive to do that only. get the most of the system, get the most of the functionality that KNX and DALI is offering you to provide a full functional project. Okay, this is my piece of advice. So also easy maintenance, yeah, integration with another systems, as I said before, BACnet, RS485, Modbus, whatever you need. So results, optimized lighting experience, scenarios, amazing energy savings, and high user satisfaction. Conclusion, Johnson Residence presents an exemplary implementation of KNX and DALI in a new construction, showcasing how these systems can be effectively used to create sophisticated energy efficiency, a fully customizable lighting environment in a modern home, residence, or villa. Okay, so just a couple of minutes left. Do you have any question? Do you have any something you'd like to know or something you'd like to talk about? This is the time. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope I clarified doubts or I showed you the benefits of KNX with DALI, how powerful the system, both systems are, and so on. So any questions so far? Well, you already asked some questions during the presentation. Okay, anyway, at the end of the slides, I will show you my email, so you can contact me anytime. You also can reply to the email you've been getting from the platform, okay, announcing the webinar. You can reply that, and I'm more than happy to help you, okay? So let's summarize what we learned today. KNX and DALI work perfectly together in a home and building automation project. Again, together, we are not competing. KNX is not competing with BACnet neither, okay? Forget about that. KNX is not competing with BACnet, not with DALI. We don't want to take out BACnet. BACnet is perfect. It's more than perfect for HVAC, for example. We don't want to take that out. It's perfect, okay? So we just want to offer more functionality. The use of open standards benefits the final customer. I guess we all agree with that. We are not tied. We are not linked to any manufacturer. Scenarios are the best functionality for lighting control. As I said before, do not use DALI and KNX to switch on, off single light group of lights. You can do that with conventional electrical installations. Don't do that with KNX or DALI, please. Try to get the most of the system. Why? Because otherwise the customer will say, KNX is very expensive, DALI is very expensive. Of course it is. Just to switch on, off lights is very expensive. Absolutely. Use KNX as the backbone and other protocols as branches or extensions of KNX, okay, as I showed you before. With KNX and DALI, we achieve optimize and potentially reduce maintenance labor as the system monitors the installation 24/7. We can get energy savings up to 30% with occupancy sensors and constant lighting control. Constant lighting control is very powerful, okay? I didn't have the chance to talk about this today, but I really recommend you to take a look at the constant lighting control, or if you want to learn more, just attend a KNX advanced training, because we play with this and you will learn this. It's very powerful, okay? Because this is how to get the most of the DALI and KNX system. This is the way, okay? So we also achieve comfort and easy to use with scenarios, okay? So if you want to learn more about KNX, I recommend you to take a look at the KNX website for the US market, which is knx.us. Go to find and click on check the courses, check the trainings, find an upcoming course, filter by the US, okay? And you will see if there is a KNX training available in your area, okay? If not, if you would like to get trained in the area where you are, Los Angeles, California, New York, Washington, Chicago, whatever, just send me an email and I will tell you which are the KNX training centers in your area and you can join them, okay? Okay, so thank you very much for your attention today. Okay, this is my email, this is my phone number. You can contact me anytime you wish to learn more about KNX, any doubt, anything you'd like to know. I'm your KNX guy. Okay. So thank you very much for attending the show today, and see you very soon at some of the events where KNX is going to be present in the US. Okay. Again, if you want to meet me at any event, check the website knx.us events section, and in there you can see the next events where KNX will be present. Okay. Thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend.